Okay, we're sitting here with Coach Robinson, and we're talking about a little Vicksburg basketball. Coach, coming into the season, you had pretty much all the guys returning that you had from last year, and just talk about your season there you had this year.
Well, from last year, we had Red Davis and D'Angelo Richardson and Devontae Briscoe and Darius Ward. Those was our seniors where they was coming back off. We had a tremendous year before. And we knew we had moved to another district, especially when we moved from 6A to 5A, and in the likes of Callaway and Lanier and Pearl. And we knew it was going to be a lot tougher this year than it was last year, but certainly we worked hard all summer long to get ready for the season. And I thought we had an outstanding season, but we was in the same division with Callaway in 5A, and Callaway has outstanding programs and an outstanding team, and we played real well, but we just couldn't, unfortunately, we just couldn't beat that team.
And I think that's the difference. Everybody always talk about 5A and 6A. 5A is always a little tougher in basketball. 6A might be a little tougher in football, and just talk about a little tougher competition in that 5A basketball.
Well, Provine left and went to 6A, but Callaway is still there, and Lanier is still there. And Lanier has a great tradition, maybe something like 8 championships in the last 10 or 12 years, and then Callaway won the last 4 out of 5 years. And we knew it's tough competition. They got a great program at Callaway and Lanier, and certainly Pearl, and it got a pretty good basketball team as well. And we knew it was going to be a lot tougher coming in this year than was last year because tradition of Callaway and the tradition of Lanier, but certainly our kid was up to the task. And for the most part, we played outstanding.
And then you got through district play, and let's go back a little bit to talk about Callaway. Talk about that first Callaway game that we had here. That was a tough loss for us, and we pretty much had that game.
No question about it. I thought if the game we were going to win, I thought that was a game we should have won that ball game. Leading 10 points in the fourth quarter. But certainly Malik got loose on us in that fourth quarter, and I think he had something like 13 or 14 free throws in that game. And I thought that was a different ball game, but we knew it was going to be tough. We should have won that one. And then, at first I don't think Callaway really took us real serious at being a good basketball team. I thought they came in, thought they were just going to run right over us because when everybody look at our height and our size, and they say, well, we got them. And then once they realize that they're going to be in a dogfight, and I think they changed their attitude after the second game.
And that's some things that we probably talked about before. If you look at your guys and not very tall, but they'll go out there on the court and give it their all.
Well, we're quick. And what we try to do is use our quickness against height. And we say we use speed and quickness, and against their height, Callaway is big and tall, so we quick and short. So what we try to do is spread the court out and use our quickness against them. But the last couple of games, they went out inside on us. I thought they posted up a lot more than they did the first 2 games we played them, and I thought they really hurt us.
And now that you say that's really true. You go back to that first game, I don't think they utilized their height in that first game as they did in the last couple of games. But let's go into district play. You got down to that championship again. You met them again in district play.
Well, going to district play, well, first of all, we lost to Callaway, and that was one district game. Then we went to Pearl and was up 13 points at halftime, and came back and Pearl beat us by, I think, about 5 or 6 points right there at the end of the fourth quarter. And we knew we had to change our mindset. And certainly we went to Natchez and played a pretty good team at Natchez and beat them. And I told the kids, our playoffs started when we played Lanier at home, and I thought that was the time our playoffs started. And we came in and beat a real good Lanier team, and then we just moved on forward and we finished second because we didn't want to play Callaway the first round. We didn't mind playing Callaway, but we just didn't want to play for the first round because we knew they had a real good basketball team. And so we stayed away from them in the first round. We met them in the district championship game, which I thought we were mentally prepared for it. I thought we had worked real hard to get there, but things just didn't work out for us.
That's right. Then you went on to North State and then played a team, Center Hill. Never heard of them, Coach.
Center Hill has an outstanding basketball team. When I watched them on film, I knew they was good. They quick. They were just as quick as we were, and they shoot the ball real well. They were just acting just like us. When you look at them, you saw us, and we played double overtime in that game, and that certainly was one great basketball game for a fan. And Red Davis fouled out, and I think Chris Walker fouled as well in that game. But certainly, I think Darius Ward stepped up, and Kenny Murphy stepped up and made some big shots for us coming down the stretch, and that was a different ball game.
Okay, and then met Callaway again in the North State Championship for what the fourth time, I believe it was.
The fourth time we met Callaway again. You know, same thing. I thought we were real tired from the game before because we had played so hard that night before to get there, and I thought our leg was gone. And we kind of used that as an excuse because we didn't play real well in that game. But at the same time, Callaway did the same thing they did in the championship game. They went down inside on us. You know, they trapped us out front with our guards, so our guards couldn't shoot over them, and then they moved the ball down inside, and I thought that hurt us, and I thought that was a different in the ball game up there.
Okay, and then we got that win, the Center Hill, and then that automatic bid to go in the state championship once again. Just talk about that feeling of being able to go back to the big house once again.
Well, you know, we practice to get to the Coliseum. You know, I tell my kids we have one goal only. It has to make it to the big house. Not necessarily win a state championship, but to play in the big house. We call it the Coliseum. And that's what we practice, that's what we work, and that's what we play. We play to get to the big house. And in regular season games, it's just something to get us ready for the Coliseum. And certainly our kids did a great job of that. And there's no feeling like playing the Coliseum. You know, a lot of coaches don't even get a chance to play in the Coliseum, but certainly in the last, ever since 2008, we've been there about 4 or 5 times. In the Coliseum, and so our kids practice hard. They know that they want to get to the Coliseum because that's our main goal, and that's what we practice.
And then when you made it there, you met Pascagoula, and then you met them a couple of years ago, as a matter of fact. Right,
we met them in 2011. We beat them in overtime in 2011 with Michael Hammond. But Pascagoula had a real good basketball team. But you know, it's a funny thing about my basketball team because when we look at a team and we look at somebody our same size, it's amazing how we play. You know, I don't know what it is, but if they look out there and you the same size we are, they just feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they're gonna win, and the confidence just goes sky high. But at the same time, when they see Callaway, they see all those tall boys. You know, some reason or another, we don't play as well against tall teams that we do short teams. But certainly, if you are the same size, as a matter of fact, I don't think we lost one game, and that was probably to Pearl, in which Pearl got a 6'6" and a 6'5". That we lost to coming down and scratched the team that was the same size we were.
Okay. Then the Pascagoula game, I think a couple of guys that stood out the most. I think Justin Selby had a pretty good game against Pascagoula.
Yeah, Justin Selby had a real good game. I thought Kenny Murphy came in and played some good minutes for, and Briscoe had a good game, and D'Lo had an excellent game. In that game, he shot the ball real well. Anytime Richard is shooting the ball real well, we definitely had an opportunity to win. And you saw in that championship game, he didn't shoot real well, and that's why we didn't play as well. But knowing when he get going, and then Red Davis, and when he driving the ball to the basket, and Briscoe, and dishing off, we were a pretty good basketball team. But certainly when Red got hurt in that championship game, that certainly took our flow general away from us and kind of hurt us in getting into our offensive success and running the offense.
That's right. That was in that Callaway game, the state championship, and it just seemed like all the air just went out once you saw Red down on the floor.
You know, when they thought Red was coming back, they played real well. But when the trainer told me he wasn't coming back, it was like we went to another gear, like the air, like you said, like the air just went on the balloon, and we just folded in, you know. But certainly, you know, they played well all year long. Right. So you can't look at one game and say this or that, because you know one game just don't make the season. But certainly that one game made the season because we was in the championship game. But I told my kids one thing, that anytime we play in Callaway, and I told them before the season started how good Callaway were and what kind of team they had. And I told them we're gonna play them 5 times. And all we need to do is win one because we're gonna be for the championship. All we need to do is win one championship game. We lost the district championship, we lost the North State championship, and we lost the overall state championship. But you have to get an opportunity to play them and get an opportunity to play in the championship game. You can't win if you're not there. That's why I tell them. So you got to get there to win it. Right. Certainly we did not win it, but certainly we were there, and community ought to be proud of these kids because they play well.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. The crowd followed us all the way through. I know a lot of people couldn't make the trip up to Starkville when we played Center Hill, but everybody was just waiting to get to the big house, and everybody showed up.
No question about it. You know, I think somebody said you could have robbed Vicksburg that Friday night because So many Gators fans, and so many, Warren County fans was at the Coliseum rooting us on.
Yeah.
And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get behind your basketball team. You're supposed to root them on. And we just thank our fans and our administration staff and everybody that was involved, which helped us and supported us in our run for the championship.
Yeah, in that championship game, when Red went down, then you had to count on Briscoe and D'Lo to handle the ball, but they were definitely handling the ball pretty well for us.
It no question about it. D'Lo handled the ball well, and Briscoe also, but they're not Red Davis.
Right.
They're not the point guard. Right. And certainly, when Red left out, then they put more pressure on them because D'Lo liked to run the spot up, and so Red can drive and kick it to him, penetrate and kick it to him, so he can look for the wide open three. But certainly, when Red left, that kind of hurt us because Briscoe is the type he drive the ball to the bat and try to lay it up, which he's so quick, can't nobody stay in front of him. And so when Red left, then that left a kind of hole in the offense, and we never did get in our sets, especially coming down the stretch in that third quarter.
Okay, well, Coach, let's talk about your seniors, all you guys leaving. You got a nice little crew leaving.
Well, we got 4 real good guards that's leaving us, but we have had kids leave us all the time. Right. My thing is this right here. If you build your program, you build it the right way, and then you always gonna have some kids that gonna come up and step up and play well for you. And we expect that kid to play well for you. Briscoe gone and D'Lo gone and Red gone, and it's certainly gonna be missed like Mike Hamill we missed when he left. But certainly we'll get back to work. And I got 2 excellent young coaches. That's one of the reasons I'm probably not going to retire, because I got 2 excellent young coaches that do a great job in coaching basketball and helping me out. So we'll be back soon.
Yeah. Well, I said the same thing when Michael left. I was like, well, Coach ain't going to have nothing coming back, and then you bounce back again when you find some more players to get it done,
Well, my philosophy, if you work hard, if you work hard and you sacrifice, then it'll pay off for you. You got to have good work ethic. You got to work hard, and then everything else will take care of itself. So if they get in the classroom and work hard in the classroom, and they come out the basketball and work hard on the basketball floor, and everything else going to take care of itself, because the win's going to come. All you got to do is just be willing to put the work in.
Mm-hmm. And you said something a few minutes ago, so I guess we're going to see you again next year.
Well, yeah. I'm contemplating whether I'm coming back or not. I've been in this thing 35 years. That's been a long time, And I told my wife, I looked around the Coliseum, and I was all the coaching in the Coliseum, and I was the oldest man in the Coliseum. So, I know my time is coming down the stretch where I'm gonna have to, move aside and let a young coach have it. But certainly, I'm still having fun. I'm still enjoying. And as long as I still enjoy coaching and enjoy being around the kids, ain't no telling when I might leave.
That's right, and definitely the community is definitely behind you and the team, and we just appreciate the team just making it to the Coliseum. I think I get more excited about it just being there than they are. So I think the community feel the same way. About the team.
Well, it's a great feeling. We have a great community here in Vicksburg. I came to Vicksburg in '92, and I don't regret not one reason for leaving Ken, not going to South Pike when I had the opportunity to go to South Pike and be the basketball coach at South Pike, or I had the opportunity to go to Alcorn and be Alcorn assistant basketball coach. I have no regrets about staying in Vicksburg. Vicksburg been good to me. It's been good to my children. All my children graduated from Vicksburg High School. So Vicksburg just been a blessing for me. Okay.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and we just look forward to next season and see what's going to happen next year.
We'll be ready when time comes.
All right.